Yeah.
Last Titan's fucking talk show. Let's go. We're talking today about ducking in battle rap. We now need to define ducking. So ducking is when you arrange to battle someone and then you don't turn up for any apparent reason. And then you start ducking phone calls, messages. I want to differentiate between that and no-shows. Because there's difference sometimes. There can be a reason for a no-show, but there is no reason.
Mine's the worst kind.
That is the differential, and that's what we need to define right here. So what's everyone's thoughts on ducking in battle rap at the moment?
I think people that duck should be executed at birth. We should be able to go back in time so we can kill them. I think they're vermin. I think they're worse than Nazis. They're worse than baby killers. No, I'm only playing. Listen,
Benny, how do you really feel?
No, come on, to be honest, I really do fucking hate ducks, and I'll give you the reason why. Because we all take a lot of time in it to do this. For when we do it, do you know what I mean? Battling ain't just easy to do unless you come up with shit. If you want to actually get a good round, then you want to deliver it nice, and you want to have direct information on your opponent. You studied your op, and you've tailor-made your material towards that person, and then they just don't show. They need to step on Lego every day for the next year, because it's, to me, it's just wrong. Like, if you can't even just say, look, to be honest with you, like if it's 2-3 weeks before the battle or something, say you make the battle 2 months before, or say the cut has been made a month before. If you say, look, 2 weeks in, look, Saints come up, I started my round, but then Saints come up, I ain't going to be able to finish, I ain't going to be able to knuckle down. You can respect that. When you get people that just don't even fucking answer messages back, don't reply, and don't even have the respect for their opponent, especially when you start memorizing that shit. That's the shit that I hate. The last 4 or 5 days and shit, when people memorize it and they've actually got their round and put their round in or whatever. But I've had people just no-showed me on the day in live events. I've had people just literally, I've turned up at events and cunts ain't been there, and you've been doing your battle for fucking weeks and weeks and doing all your delivery and going over your bars because you fucking want to make it look good because it's like one of your first sort of battles, and then people just don't even have the respect to show. Yeah, I hate it, but yeah, everyone else can have a say on now anyway.
Yeah, no, big facts. Yeah, I feel that.
I think if there's a legitimate reason. I mean, if someone goes, like, look, I'm going through some life shit or going on, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Like a legitimate reason is obviously needs to be addressed. Like Benny was saying, if it's like somebody just doesn't show up, doesn't say anything, and just ghosts, then that's just bullshit. I don't think a league or anybody should really fuck with them after that.
So
unless
I just screwed bars over.
Yeah, well, that too, obviously. But like, unless it was like close to the day,
right?
Or like they just weren't even in the mind state to give a fuck.
You can't use that the dog.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, things can
happen.
Some people
don't even give a fuck, man. Sometimes like something bad happens. Like,
nah. Of course, listen, I do understand. I know I went on a rant, but like, there's a difference, like, because a lot of people do it quite regular. I know a lot of people have problems in life. Some people got a nice, steady, smooth life, and they can do this shit, and it don't affect them. Some people, they got rough lives where their circumstances change or their mental health change, and I do understand that can sort of go down and things like that. But it's just if they know in their heart that they're just being a complete fucking idiot that's agreed to do something, and then they're just not going to do it. A lot of people do that shit in life. That's how a lot of people are. The word don't mean shit.
Can I tell you, I think a big reason why people start ducking? They are more in tune, and I'm guilty of this when I first started battling. Okay, now I started battling 7 or 8 years ago, but people were more, I was more caught up in the social media of promoting it and the talking shit and the trolling, and I got more caught up in that than I actually did my actual work. And I think when it comes down to it, people are getting scared when it's getting close, and they're like, man, I've been talking all this shit and I don't got shit. You know what I mean?
I'll never talk shit until my round's done. I'll never talk shit until my round's done.
Well, no, but people that do prepare, correctly, you can do this. You know that there are good people that out there to promote and and control their opponent into that state of mind. You know, I've slowed down during the years and I've focused more towards my craft. And if my round is done and I got time to talk shit, well, so be it. You know, but that's how I look at it now. So,
I'm more talk shit to get the battles I want. That's
dude, you
only
can
if
do
it's
whatever
saying
you
that's
want with that mustache, buddy.
that's
Yeah,
only if it's sort of saying that
it's a
some sort of
70s
personal.
porn star special. Man.
Your fucking Dirk Diggler over here, fucking mustache rides for you,
All right,
my
so this is
cookie.
poses me to the next question. The next question would be: do you reckon that online rap is more likely to get ducked than live events? I think the reason a lot of people
No,
duck is because
absolutely
they think,
not.
oh, because it's online, it
I don't
don't
know
matter.
why it would. Because here's what I feel like you're at the comfortability of your own
No,
home. Okay, I don't know.
yeah,
It's
to
Well,
be honest,
different dancing under the lights, man.
all right, look, all right. So I have the complete opposite
Okay,
effect
great.
of it. So yeah,
All right.
like so if it's online, I know you, we know each other, we're in the same suburb, ain't we're gonna get around. Nobody gonna talk about that shit. But what I did, like we met up at the park, we did our thing. Like, yeah, if you ducked out of that, then that was different. You know what I mean? So I've been doing this since I was 9 and shit in the parks and all types of alleys and all weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, so it's completely different. So online to me is a brand new revenue. So obviously I'm a newbie when it comes to this. So you can't really
Well, even
classify my word. You know what I
what's
mean? But like what I'm
crazy,
thinking is kind of
yeah,
like you really could, just go somebody like fuck it.
yeah.
There's
I'm
so
just
many
saying,
fucking
in a sense, to where you can't really make an excuse because there's a computer and a phone anywhere to go
oh
live.
yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I feel you on that one. That's
That's the
100%.
only
That's
reason why
real.
I'm saying. But
Nah,
what you're
yeah,
saying
that's real.
also makes sense, though. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck about that shit. You know
Yeah,
what I
it
mean? Like,
does.
we'll do
Yeah.
that. Also, I mean, that's both ways can be taken that way. I guess it just depends on what kind of person you are and what you're feeling that day. I guess.
see
Yeah.
Nickel Plated made a post a few days ago about
Never
he
heard
was
of
meant
him.
to be battling that day and he turned up to the event and he's got a no
You
show.
should battle him.
And I think most of the event no shows. I
Straight
think
up.
the event got cancelled and he knew two other leagues that had that recently, another one on the same day. And apparently this is a big problem in battle rap with small leagues that are trying to do their thing. Is a lot of people no showing that's making the events cancel.
I think one thing I've noticed what really, really pisses me off. So motherfuckers no show one event and then show up to another event at the
Oh
same time that
yeah.
it's due. That happens a
All
lot.
right, look, I'll be honest. I'll come out and I'll say it out of the blue. I'm guilty of that.
Everyone's
One
done
of
it
these,
for
yeah,
some.
I'm guilty of
Everyone's
that.
done
Like
it
one
for
of
some.
these,
No one's got a
like for
clean
real,
slate.
man. Like,
No one's got a
yeah, one
clean
of these
slate.
times is like they tried to put me up on I think it was like Gravity.
I
They
fucking
tried to
hate
put
that
me
guy.
up. Yeah, Gravity tried to put me up, and I was like,
Whatever that guy's name is.
I wasn't feeling it, man. I wasn't feeling it. So you know what I ended up doing? I'm talking to Benny, and me and Benny we ended up putting down a fucking hammer, didn't we, bro? Yeah, we ended up putting down a classic. So, and we put her on SDE. So I didn't ghost him. Like I wasn't doing that. I just like see. There's
Yeah,
another thing of ghosting or ducking. It's just like all right. So let's say the word is the bag. Like the bag is better, or the views are better, or like where you want to get the energy is better. And I spoke to Benny, and me and him were like chopping it up before we had a battle. And, you know what I mean? We were chopping up before we had a battle. It was like, yo, we gotta put something on. We're gonna put something on for everyone like that. And that was the energy that I kind of wanted because I've been doing it for a while now. So I didn't want to be like talking to somebody who's like kind of docking me and like studying me or kind of weird shit like that because I'm kind of old, you know. So I was like, so anyway, to see him do that was like I had to put that over the priority of this. I
yeah,
was like, nah. I was like, I'm not gonna trouble with somebody who's not even gonna add me as a friend and talk it up and chop some shit. You know, he's
right.
not even gonna get the chance to study me if you're not even looking me up. He's gonna be like hella
Generic.
what's that word? Like ego. It's gonna be like egotistic and
That's
shit
where
and
a
think
lot of
coming
these
out of it.
new
So like,
that, that's
I
where a
don't
lot
know.
I
of
don't
these
know.
new
I don't know why you
battlers.
guys. When somebody ducks, you put the word out to everybody, and the region, and
Oh, this is
not
my
We're,
opponent.
we're coming to that soon. We're coming to that of what should be done.
Los Temp was good.
We've got a few more things to touch on before we get to that, but we will touch on that of
Yeah.
what should be done about it. At the moment, we're just trying to figure out like
I just wanted to say,
reasoning. What are
real
the,
quick,
what
is that
what's acceptable?
Well,
What's
I
not.
think that's
it's
where
the-
the newer battlers are losing their edge, though, is because they're coming in and they're focusing more on trolling and talking
Mm.
shit rather than putting
Mm.
shit down.
Bro, but that's
Their-
the same
their
with the
pro-
young
process.
generation.
their promo game's better than
Bro,
the fucking bars. You know
I'm
what I
not,
mean?
I'm not
Yeah,
lying
Yo,
to
Yeah,
you.
I'll say that for sure.
That's
Guys,
what gets a lot of these rappers into rapping nowadays. It's not life. It's not an artist. It's that shit. It's being
It's
a
the
part
clout,
of being a
Yeah.
part of motion.
being a part of something.
Fair
You're
enough.
exactly
yeah,
right.
that's exactly right.
actually
That's
true.
But you have to
it's-
understand the progress. When somebody calls you, hey, I have a battle for you, and you're like, hey, cool, and then the flyer comes out, and then you start talking to people, and then people's like, get in your ear, oh, you shouldn't be fucking with that, or fuck that person, or I have something better for you over here, or
I
that's what
never
happens
listen to the
sometimes.
people. Always
People
speak
really
for
get
them.
scared,
They're only there for your
and
downfall.
you can tell if they're not trying to reschedule, you know that some
Well,
people like to join a team for the jersey and then
Yeah,
leave.
yo,
yeah.
yo, no, facts. Like that was the whole crab thing. Like I said to him, I was like, bro, I'm willing to chop this up, but like because he wasn't like communicating with me properly, and the primos wasn't properly, like and
That's a
everything,
duck.
and everything wasn't like I was like, no, look, I can't be out here like doing shit when you're not doing shit. So, when Ben hit me up like that, I was like, all right, cool. All right. And I offered Ben, you even asked Benny, I said, bro, let's do it at my home. And he was like, I know, man, like, because fair enough. All right, look, kind of raw, but so I was like, well, let's get these guys. And Benny was like, I'm blacklisted from these homies. I was like, what? So we started talking. I started chopping up with Jeremy and Ed and shit. I was like, look, this is the boy. This is the one I want. Like, me and him gonna chop it up. Trust me, we're gonna bring it. And they were like, yep, let's get it. So it wasn't like I didn't dock them. It was just they went promo properly. They all wanted me to do the promo properly. Like, man, it's up to the league to do something. You know what I mean? Like,
Not be all one-sided.
like Benny out here right now saying like, oh, let's put these trailers up and shit like that. So that's fine. I love that shit. That's respect.
I'm actually guilty of. I mean, I'm a vet in this too with you. With you guys. I'm approaching 9 years almost. And I first joined. I joined a clique. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had no idea what battle rap like what it entailed on the social side. So like when people were talking shit, man, I was taking it serious, bro. Like, you said what to me, bro?
Laugh that
You
off,
said
man.
you're gonna do what?
Take it personal. You
What,
won't
bro? Do I got to bring my gun, bro? Like, what is going on here? Like, I didn't know at first,
Good.
but but that's what made it intriguing. That's what made it fun. Be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
That's why
You have to.
I love
I
it.
think a
It's
lot
fair.
of it falls on the league owners. Like
True.
they have to do their job, or else
Yeah,
what
I
the hell
think
are they?
there's
What are they?
definitely
What are they?
That's
There
what
for?
I said.
But
There should be a buffer.
Los, you started it. You started in where? You from East New York?
I'm from Brooklyn, but my first battles actually I
Yo,
didn't. Cortez. A lot of people used to try to get me to battle for a long time, and I never wanted to battle. It's like music. I felt like battle rappers were at a certain level, and then from like I think it was like 2017, 18, it just like Rum Nitty and everybody just took it to another level. I felt and
Nitty boy.
I wanted a part of that. I wanted to, I
Yeah.
like to be a part of what's the hardest thing to do in rap. And
Now,
right
do you
now,
think
it's fun.
Cassidy kind of put that on the map though too when he came out with the CD, like when it was strictly bars?
Decent.
No.
He can't. He's a good mixtape, cipher rapper. He's good. Like he chilling
Yeah,
on the
no,
corner.
yeah.
He's fire. Every
But he's-
line is
but he's-
something,
100%
even if
agree.
it's
100% agree
minuscule.
with homie right
It's got
now.
something
Like,
for
for real.
everybody.
But he makes a song
Yeah.
with all punches and no hook.
No, like, oh, dude, he's got
Everybody.
nothing but punches. I remember split personality.
I don't care for him. I'm
Split
just wondering.
personality fucked my
Start that
brain
trend
up,
a little
man.
bit. So
He was
don't know.
dope in like 2001. That style was dope in 2001. Literally,
Yeah.
that's when it was dope.
It still resonates, though. It still resonates. You can't say it's
2001, I
done.
remember, and excelled from there. And he never changed anything. His approach, nothing.
Right. Yeah,
happened
that's why
to
he's
a lot
gotten
of rappers
smoked every
get
time he's been
stagnant.
up. Except the last
Yeah,
time.
yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
He did better his
Mook,
last time
bro, the
out.
Mook to me is stagnant. A lot of these rappers is the
Mm.
same. They
You
haven't
know who
Oh,
improved?
Mook, man. I
No,
fucking
Reed
Mook, man.
Dollars.
Nah.
Reed Dollars is
So,
improving. Like he's adapting.
Dude, Rambo's crazy, bro. I don't care what anyone
He's
says.
adapting.
I
Like there's a few people that
I
Some
are
love
people have
Rambo,
adapted.
man. Rambo out of here.
guys,
so
We need
what
to
do you
really
think?
focus.
Who are notorious duckers anyway? Let's talk about who's notorious for ducking.
I know.
Loaded,
Clean
dude.
paper.
Loaded. Fucking loaded, dude. King himself. The
Who
fucking
didn't show? Who didn't show for the
the
round
top
table?
dog.
All right.
We had a few. The biggest one was Jared Cohen.
Fluid.
Fluid was the biggest duck, because the worst thing about Fluid was he tried making out that he didn't duck after.
He's so
It's like,
watered
oh,
down.
it's some
That's what we're dealing with.
misunderstanding.
At
Sort of thing.
least own up
He
to
didn't
it. You know what I
reply
mean?
to me,
Own up
answer me. I was just fucking with him all the time. I kept messaging on his wall because even after he called someone else a duck and he wrote a message said, "Fancy no showing and being a duck." And I wrote on there, "How the fuck can you say this when you just ducked the no show?"
He was
And
talking
then
shit
he
about me.
literally
Actually.
blocked me. He blocked me after, so I thought that was quite funny.
Hey man,
Uh,
cornball.
Oi, Benny, I'd block you just automatically just because I don't like you. You're an asshole.
So
Jokes
yeah,
aside.
who else? Who else did we have?
Was it hit
No, I
list?
think
Was
that
it hit list Mel?
that duck.
He didn't turn up, did he? Hit list Mel.
Hitley Smell he had a problem, to be honest with you.
No, Hitless
Oh,
Mel will
really?
be around though. He's not
Yeah.
known for ducking.
He
That's my dude.
like put a picture up. He was in hospital. He had genuine
All right,
illness.
so then this is what I was saying
Like,
earlier.
2
So
days
that's not
before
a
he was in
duck.
hospital.
That's a no-show, and a legitimate no-show.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that difference, Titan? Explain that.
So basically, like,
Mayhem.
if he didn't show for a legitimate reason, so basically a no-show can be saying like, yeah, it was scheduled to happen, but something happened. Geezer
Okay.
got in hospital. Geezer got locked up.
Like if I got
That's
arrested.
it. So it's
That's
count as a no-show rather than a duck. Ducking's where you're not responding to mission. You're
Not
deliberately not. You're not communicating. You're not saying I can't do the battle
All right.
because of this or that. You're just ghosting. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
the,
all
that's
right, so, like-
the difference between it.
And another thing about the whole ghosting thing, like, all right, so ghosting and no show. Like, all right, so let's say if you're sick or something happens, right, and you just like you said, something bad happens, and you're just not communicating at all. You know, because you're in that moment, right? We're all humans.
Later,
Well,
fine.
yeah, all right. So we're all
Say, like,
humans.
he didn't
and-
show. You say, all right, he ducked, but then afterwards you found out, oh shit, it was for legitimate
Exactly,
reasons.
right? So let's
Then
say
go,
if
right,
that
no,
happened.
it weren't a duck. That was a no-show.
Yeah, let's say if
Pretty
that's
much it.
happening,
That's
and
enough.
or that there's the guy, right? And then so what? He doesn't no show. You pull the battle out. Somebody like, I don't know, some dumb motherfucker called None drops his fucking round anyway. You feel the one has been?
Yeah.
And then fucking like, you know what I mean? Like, and then he posts that shit instead of waiting for you to get the round and get together. You know what I mean? Like, because I had some shit going on. I was like, yo, I had some bullshit going on, and I didn't really want to fuck with None anyway because he's motherfucking bitch, but whatever. But he ended up dropping that shit anyway, like straight out. I'm like, yo, and he fucking tagged me in that shit, put it on my wall. I'm like, yo, we could have conversated about this, and we could have chopped it up, and we could have did it somewhere else. You stupid fucking slow cunt. Like, but anyway, so that's that other side too. Like, so for people who got shit going on or whatever, like not ducking and not ghosting, but just got shit going on.
Can I
this
ask you?
motherfucker? Yeah, you're right, buddy.
No, I wanted to ask you a question, guys. Do you think there's a lot of these
We've got,
people?
10 minutes
who
left,
have-
and then we have to start a new one. I'll tell you when.
Jay Killer, what's up? What's good, bro? Do you guys think that some of these people have ruined it for other people that might have a legitimate excuse for not showing because of it being done so often now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
this
the
is
kid
it.
that cried wolf. Do you get what I'm saying? Everybody's
Yeah.
heard it from different
the
people.
kid that cried
their
wolf,
cat
perfect.
dying and all that shit. So it's
Yeah.
like, I've had some
Oh, your
problems.
cat
few
died,
people.
didn't he, Benny?
Life's a problem,
Somebody always
man. We
dies
all have
and that
problems. You get what I'm saying?
Why
That's what it
Benny
gets
come
like
out here
eventually.
like the cat that died?
Bro,
My brother
it's
didn't
like
get that done.
the dog ate my homework. Do you know
I'm
what I
not
mean? The dog
necessarily
ate
asking for
my
myself.
homework.
I'm more or less I'm asking
Listen.
how
Yo,
the people that
listen.
are watching can understand. You know what I mean? I know what it is, but that's the thing. I mean, people gotta they're not on the insides of when we're setting all these things up. You know what I mean?
Jay Killam's had a lot of people ducking,
Listen.
let him speak about his stuff, get
Yeah,
the
let's
end of the
get it.
show,
Listen.
but I know he's
Get
had
it.
2 or 3.
I'll
Talk
Listen.
freestyle
about it,
battle
Jay
him right
Killam.
now and smoke him.
Listen. Devilino,
Devilino.
J.R. Penn, motherfucking what's his name, Benny? The one that was talking shit out that I smashed in the freestyle.
Jeremiah,
Yeah,
Ryan, Jeremiah Ryan.
Jermo.
Look, Jace.
These, I wrote for all 3 of these motherfuckers. They talk shit and they never showed up.
His last 3 battles. The dude's last 3 battles, he's had no shows.
3 in a row, man. At least
Well,
I showed up
must
for
be
our
a-
battle.
It must be a beast. Let's
Yeah,
go.
No,
This year's been
no.
this year's
Listen,
been
You wanna
year
put
of the
some-
no
you wanna
shows.
put-
That, well,
hey
year of the duck.
Benny. Listen, Benny can verify it. Benny, would they?
Yeah, bro.
Would I kill? Would I have destroyed all 3 of them with my written bars?
He's definitely blazing, bro. He's definitely
Jay, I've never
blazing.
really heard your written bars, man. You
The
freestyle.
Devilino
17
one might have been a
times a
bit of
day.
a fight, but I think you'd have bodied JR and Jermo 100%. I still think you might have beat Dev, but I think that would have been a better fight.
I would
would've been a
have
good
had a better jump for Devilino. That would have been a good battle. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little taste. I'm saying it's been so long, but I didn't even really remember all of the. I got most of them right. For JR, I say
Go. Let's go.
I'm back from the future packing 240 calibers, fully loaded automatics. Just expose shit, cause major havoc. I'm talking some Hollywood script. See now look at your face, or covered in hot lava. You fucking mad, get your killer before we clapping. No round of applause. Damn dog, what happened? Okay, I get it. You doubt me? Now come and try me, my burger, no strings attached. I come through with 4 5s and automatic gat. See how easy it was for me to set you up for this trap? Just for that reason, you're down to slow death. I'm talking Keanu Reeves, blowing red pills. That's a matrix shrimp. Now face it, you just been replaced, kid. Body parts all over the ground. I got your family playing like it was a sacred massacre. Damn, a sacred massacre. Body parts all over the room, including the ceiling. I can't sense this feeling because these 211s will have your soul leaking. The Holy Spirit. See the difference between me? I can't remember. I got it written down on my other phone.
I got it, bro. Don't even come out like that. What's wrong?
No.
That was hard. That.
No, I didn't really
A
remember.
rapping
I didn't really get into it because he never showed up.
Here's the thing: you lose heart, innit? If you know, that's the thing as well. I've had before where I've done rounds where I know that I'm not going to be no showed, but I still want to drop my round anyway. You know what I mean? So
Nah,
I'm
but
hitting it.
they was no.
You know,
Nah.
the heart's
They
just not in it.
They had listen. Each one of them had 3 months. Jermo said he already wrote his and recorded his shit, but he never sent it in. JR said the same thing to Devilino because he was supposed to send to Devilino. He never showed up.
Well, let me ask you
You know what I'm
guys,
saying?
how many days after you write your battle, okay, how many days do you need to memorize?
Oh man,
Okay,
I write.
I need a while.
Hold on, I'll be back. I'm gonna go to my
It's
other
free.
phone.
I don't
I'll
think
stop.
do
those
audio
have- those
nowadays.
have need to-
I'll
those
gotta
have
grab-
I'll
lunch
wait.
break.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll let everyone else go first. But
I was just gonna say,
man,
think
I
those
need
have-
fuck all,
probably
man.
the
I need
quickest out
fuck
of all
all,
of them.
bro. Like I
think-
literally like I write my shit like I like my fresh. If I do my shit long, and I prolong it,
You want to redo
I'll start re-editing it, and I'll start editing it, and I'll start tweaking
Well-
it, and I'm an idiot for that because I'm like a perfectionist and I'm a worst critic, so I hate doing that.
Well,
So
sometimes you know what
I like
the
my
reason why I
fresh.
don't re-edit now is because sometimes I think of it like this, and this is not a cut at anybody, but the fans that
You got it.
watch or that watch aren't really as smart as we make them out.
No,
So,
you're right. No, you're
I will-
right. You're
I
right.
will have the fucking filler bar smack loud as hell,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, I all I said was pick up shorts.
It's
You know,
all
like-
like, it's all about
No,
thought,
dude.
though.
No, you're for real. That's for real.
I don't know why that
Okay.
happens that way,
You
but
could help your process of memorizing by the process of your approach of writing. So if you every time you write your first 4 bars, instead of having a whole bunch of just random shit, you know what you're doing. You remember these, and then you remember the next 4,
Yeah, I
and
know.
then
I
you
do
don't go
that.
on and you remember, and it gives it an organic feel. I know people
I
who
do
like
that.
just
Why I
like
do my
ABCD.
like I act
CDF.
out my bars as I'm doing them, so my performance helps
I'll
me.
switch it around if I have to, but yeah, that's the it gives it an organic feel, makes it I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I like the raw cut kind of thing. Like if I go over it, obviously that's for like writing a track. You got to like sit there and stare at that shit,
right.
go over it.
Try,
You know what I
You
mean?
know what
try
goes in the body,
memorize.
you know what could go as an intro, what could go as a conclusion, so you know where things can go if it,
Yeah,
even if
you
you
had
don't
me
know.
thinking on a
Exactly.
different level yesterday, man. I ain't even gonna hold you on that, but I'm like when you said that, I was like, okay, like I can see where you're
Try,
going with it.
Prepping is what
try and
takes the longest.
memorize a seven and a half minute
Five
round.
P's, five
Yeah,
P's,
fuck
guys.
that. 7.5
Proper
minutes is long.
preparation.
Try
you
and
I'm
memorize
gonna have
a
to
seven
start the
and a
next
half
one in a
Memorize
minute.
and
round.
I've
prep is
got
two
like
different
2
things.
minutes left before this ends, so I need to end
Oi.
this one and start a new one.
All right, 3 minutes to talk about Benny's mustache. Go.
For 3 minutes.
It's
Yo,
the
that
best
shit look
I've
like
started
That's
it.
a
fucking
proper
Master
stash.
Splinter out here. It's Master
Dude, what are you
Splinter.
fucking Wyatt Earp with that handlebar?
Yeah,
It was like
Master
70s.
Splinter
fucking-
looking
remember like the
ass.
old 70s porn, like the plumber what comes in.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
no
they're
shit.
big.
Young Jeremy, baby.
Yeah,
Young Jeremy, my idol.
He got a
That shit
banjo
wiry,
somewhere.
bro. That
He got
wiry.
a
That's
banjo.
wiry, bro.
Have you tweaked
Yeah,
it
they're
today?
looking-
You got the little tassels.
Does that mustache lift
it
weights?
does. It goes out. It does do that. We can flick it up. We can give it that.
English gentleman.
Look at it. It's so flaky. You can tell it. It's flaky.
It looks
as
like a
shit. You can
fucking
see it.
cunt to me.
Oh, my bro got me. Oh, my bro got me.
He's looking at your mouth
Wankers!
like it's a proper cut now. Ain't that something? What's going on here?
Oh,
Look at the
just
shit on
put
their
this
top
on.
lips as well for them to talk about it to me. Do you get what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are ancient and they still can't grow a fucking mustache. Look,
Like,
Bro,
you look like
Riches.
Jesus. You're
I
like-
don't
just
got
keep
the
mine
patience
trimmed,
to
that's
grow
all.
my hair how you did. I don't have that's discipline. Or I don't give a fuck. One of the two.
I hate when the hair's on my lip, though, man. That's the most aggressive thing I want to do is punch something like this. Because I feel like I'm eating my
Alright.
mustache when I'm eating food.
Right, we're
That
gonna have to
shit's
wrap it
sliding
up.
down his
I'm
fucking
gonna
lips.
start another one in about 10 minutes once this one's downloaded. Right.
10
Yeah.
minutes.